In this video, I want to cover the top 5 platforms that I use to run my photography business on a day-to-day basis. Now, there are many different platforms that I use to run my photography and coaching business, but specifically today, I want to cover the main platforms that I use for the photography client-facing work that I do. Now, before we get into it and before I show you through the 5, I want to mention, do these platforms cost money? Are they an investment? Do I pay for them every single month or every single year? Yes, I absolutely do. And when I first started as a photographer, I avoided paying for platforms like a CRM, a host for photo galleries, a website subscription, and I ran my client projects through Gmail, and I chose the free plans as much as I possibly could, and I chose platforms that promised the cheapest pricing possible. And that approach really cost me because the back-end infrastructure of my business was as cheap as I was. And I was running my business like a hobby, but expecting it to become a big business. And as a result, I did not grow. I couldn't raise my prices. But over time, I learned that investing into my business and paying for the best platforms and systems, not cutting corners and going all in, enabled me to provide an excellent professional experience for my clients and allowed my business to grow to the level that I invested into it first. That's when I was able to increase my prices. That's when I was able to get more time back and watch my revenue absolutely skyrocket, but only after I made the upfront investment into my business on my end first. Okay, so now that being said, let's get into these platforms. So the first platform that I want to talk about is Showit. So Showit is where I have my website housed. And ultimately, Showit is kind of like, one of your main different platforms like WordPress or Squarespace, or many of these other Wix, maybe Pixieset, where you've heard of someone hosting their website. And so for me, what I use is Showit. What I love about Showit, especially for photographers, is that you have so much creative control over the design element of your website. And so many designers, professional designers who build websites out for photographers, use Showit as kind of the gold standard of a photographer's website. And so there are many different designers that will be able to work with you if you're working with Showit. And so it just broadens the way that you're able to interact with other people in the industry, because it, again, is kind of like the industry gold standard in so many senses. So that's a big reason why I love Showit. But then what's also really cool as well is if you go into Showit, so this shows you my mobile layout of my website, and then this shows you my desktop layout of my website. And obviously I can see all these things here. I can see exactly how they're going to look for the person who's viewing my website. But I love that they have this drag and drop feature where I can go into this block in my website and I can just drag different parts of my website into different places and then drop them in. Okay. And that's one of the biggest things that I find like so helpful from a design perspective, is that Showit has that drag and drop feature. What's also very, very nice as well is when you go to, let's say, your inquiry page, you can beautifully integrate, let's say, your forms from your CRM so that people can inquire with you directly from your website. And this is a block specifically from the CRM that I use, Honeybook. So again, you have this beautiful integration between your CRM and your website. Okay, so the next platform that I want to talk about is my CRM, which means Client Resource Management System. And the CRM that I use is called Honeybook. You maybe have heard of Honeybook, Dubsado. You maybe have heard of 17 Hats, some of the other ones out there. The one I use specifically is Honeybook. And Honeybook allows me to communicate directly with my clients and keep everything organized under one project file, so to speak. So for example, this is just a dummy file inquiry that I made, Jane Doe. And basically what you just saw on my website when someone inquires through that form, that's an embedded form from code that Honeybook gave me so that when someone inquires through that form, this is what shows up on my end. So it shows me their name, their email address, their Instagram handle, and then all the details that I maybe have asked for, like the date and what type of booking that they're asking about. So then from here, I can send them an autoresponder email. I can send them any other emails. I have all my, quick inquiry templates for responding to them with a quick email back. There's so many different templates that I use in there. And then what's also very nice is that I can, of course, send them a proposal, which includes a contract and an invoice. So let's say I wanted to send them a proposal for a couple shoot. I would pull this couple shoot proposal in, and then this proposal would include things like a proposed package that they wanted to book with me, an invoice, a contract, a payment, and the next step. So they can see everything from what they're being charged, what's included in their package, and then the official legal contract, and then the payment schedule of everything, and then what they're supposed to do next. So it's a beautiful way to keep everything in one place so that they can e-sign, that they can e-pay digitally. I can add automation. For example, if I want specifically all these different emails, all these different steps that are sent to them in a certain sequence throughout the duration of working together, I can attach an automation. I can add tasks to their project if I want to keep myself on track. I can track my time. It even connects to PickTime, which we're going to get to in a second. I can add my team members, like my assistant, on this project as well. I can add tags. I know where they're coming from. And then also it'll track the pipeline of their project. So right now it says the stage is inquiry, but later on, maybe it would be booked and planning their wedding. So I'm not going to go through everything that HoneyBook does, but that's just kind of a rough outline of the beauty and the strength that HoneyBook gives you in your business and professionalism of serving your clients very well. This may be the most important platform that I use in my business. So the next platform that I wanted to share with you is called PickTime. PickTime is where I store my client galleries for my clients, and that's exactly how I deliver them to my clients, how I deliver my photo work to my clients. So this is what the back end of PickTime looks like for a specific client gallery. This is a specific wedding I did for my friends Jordan and Haley. And this is kind of where I can set up everything on the back end. Here's where I upload the photos. Here's where I can create a slideshow for them. And then on the front end, this is what it looks like for the client. They see their gallery here. They can play their slideshow video here that I've created expressly for them. And then they can look through at all the different images that I took for them. And then they can download them easily right here, either high res or web size images to their computer, Dropbox, or Google Photos. So it's a seamless experience for your clients. It's a professional look. It's beautifully curated for them in the way that you want. You can make certain photos bigger to emphasize them in their gallery. And then what's also really nice is PickTime offers you the ability to partner with labs, print labs around the world, so that you can give your clients a seamless shopping experience to purchase prints from you. So for example, let's say my clients specifically wanted to purchase this photo as a print. They can click buy right here from their gallery, and then they can go through and they can pick whatever print they want, even framed prints, boards, so many other products, lay flat albums that you can offer your clients. And then they can take this process all the way to checkout, and you get a little kickback or a certain cut of the profits, so that your clients not only are purchasing from these labs, but they're really purchasing from you, and you can beautifully make passive income without really lifting a finger. So the next platform that I want to cover is called Canva. Now, Canva is amazing for your marketing side of your business because Canva allows you to create beautifully designed, custom-sized graphics and imagery so that you can share your work and your portfolio and graphics, especially on places like social media. So for example, this is a post that I've prepared to post on social media. I can create graphics. I can move them around. I can drag and drop. I can resize these graphics. And ultimately, it gives me beautiful layouts so that I can put my images in specifically to these layouts. And then I can download all of these photos and export them so that I can upload them into Instagram, for example. So it's a beautiful process. It makes it so much easier than pulling everything into Photoshop every time. And then also what's really nice is if I wanted to create a graphic, let's say with text on it, it's very easy. I can just immediately write text right in here. And then I can do it in the same way. I can create, more files, and I can drag and drop imagery into the file so that it looks the same. And it's just a beautiful platform that allows me to custom create content, especially without pulling everything into, Photoshop every single time, which is sometimes a very painstaking process. It allows me to create multi-slide content, which is very nice for us photographers, especially. And then again, all I have to do when I'm done is I just have to click share and export it out. So Canva is an absolute lifesaver when it comes to marketing yourself and sharing graphics online. The last platform that I wanted to discuss that I don't think is discussed very often in the photography industry is a project management platform. And the project management platform that I use is called Asana. You maybe have heard of different things like Asana or Monday.com or Trello, or maybe you've heard of Notion. And these are all project management softwares that allow you to stay on task and to make sure that everything is flowing smoothly in all of your workflows. So the main way that I'm going to use Asana for my photography business is the post-shooting workflow, especially when it comes to weddings for a client. Now, let's say I have already shot a client's wedding day, and then I have all these triggered events that need to happen, like backup photographs, edit preview images, upload and send preview images, order print previews, order Etsy box, call all photographs, edit all photographs, upload final gallery, create slideshow and send final gallery, prepare and mail Etsy box. Now, the thing is, I need to make sure that I'm delivering these all in a timely fashion. What I always like to do is I always like to deliver my client galleries, and I promise this, a month from the day that I shoot their wedding. And I always want to deliver preview galleries a day after I shoot their wedding. So this allows me to create basically and these all auto-populate every time I create it because it's just a template. I've created a template of this, and even the dates auto-populate. And then my assistant, Abigail, is somebody who also helps me with some of these tasks as well. So she's in there as well. And again, what it helps me do is it helps me stay on track. So I know that if the wedding day is March 31, then I need to be backing up photographs and editing and delivering preview images on April 1, the next day. If I did the wedding on March 31, then I know that I need to be ordering my print previews and my Etsy box on the 2nd of April. I need to be culling photographs by 15 days later. I need to be editing photographs between 15 and 20 days later. I need to be uploading the final gallery with the slideshow no later than the 30-day mark from that day that I shot the wedding, and then I mailed the Etsy box on the day that everything's done. So it allows me and my assistant to stay on task. And I can even go over here into the calendar view, and I can see on a month level, if I go down here, where all these tasks actually hit and where I need to be doing them. And then when they're done, I can check them off and I can see my progress throughout. So it's not something talked about a lot, project management software, because people will do it in different places. You can potentially even do some of this type of work in, let's say, your CRM like Honeybook. But to me, I really like to have it all in one place because I have all my other tasks for the other parts of my business in Asana as well. So it just keeps it all under one roof and keeps me on task. So you can try so many different ones. Again, there's Trello, there's Asana, there's Notion. I think Notion and Trello are free to use, where Asana, I pay for it. But find a project management software that you really like that works well for you. And I couldn't recommend it more. All right, so those are the main platforms that I use. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious what your favorite platforms are to run your business. And I would love to hear if any of these are some of your favorites as well. And if you'd like to see, let's say, more videos on my YouTube like this, where I go more into the back end of my business, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see and specifically what you want me to go through. As always, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And I will see you guys next time.